Hi, Pippa. Do you have a moment? I have something I want to show you, okay? Check this out. This is what Chad and I had for lunch. Nice, isn't it? I have to tell you, it was absolutely delicious. It's tacos, spicy chicken taquitos, and sausages. We got it at the new place that just opened at the mall. We had a lovely time, just the two of us.
Good for you. I'm glad you guys had fun.
Sorry for borrowing Chad again today. I know you must miss your husband, but he needs to spend time with his mama bear too, you know. By the way, I asked him if we should get something from the restaurant to bring home for you. But you'll never guess what he said. He said we didn't need to bother. A little mean of him to say that, don't you think?
Yeah, a little. That's too bad. It looks good.
But still, it's just such a shame you couldn't make it today, huh? You weren't able to make it because of work, was it?
That's right. I have work today.
What a pity. I guess the timing just didn't work out, huh? It happens. I suppose you can't always make it to everything. But if only you had a day off today, you could have joined us.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I just couldn't make it. Work is work, you know. Mind you, you guys know that I work on weekdays, right? That's nothing new. So I'm not sure whether it's an issue with my timing or your timing, if you take my meaning. I mean, if you really wanted me to join, you could have planned to have lunch on another day, right?
Oh, right. It seems my silly son forgot to tell you that we were going out today. So I guess you didn't know about it, huh? So sorry about him and his behavior. He can be such an airhead, that boy. I'll have a word to him about it later, as his mother.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
Oh, wait, that reminds me. I wasn't contacting you to talk about this stuff. There's something more important on my mind. I was wondering, what time are you planning on coming home today?
Around 6 o'clock?
Oh, I see. Well, listen, I was talking to Chad earlier, and we have an idea.
You're gonna have dinner out and then come home later, right? Like you always do? Please, go ahead. Don't worry about me, I'll sort something out for myself here.
Okay, wonderful. In that case, enjoy your dinner. We'll eat out tonight then. Thanks for your understanding. Anyway, have fun at work, okay? I'll see you later, love.
This is not the first time I've had a conversation like this with my mother-in-law. In fact, it's happened over and over and over again. I don't know if she thinks saying, sorry about all this, makes everything okay or what, but she would always show up to her house randomly and take off with my husband, Chad. To be honest, I wouldn't mind if that was all, but actually, Chad is a mommy's boy and insists on paying for all her food and drinks. On top of that, this happens 3 or 4 times a month, so it's actually costing me hundreds of dollars when you add it all up. Even though I've tried talking to both of them about it before, my words just seem to go in one ear and out the other. After months and months of this dragging on, I'm starting to get really fed up with the two of them.
Pippa, I'm sorry. Come back home. Please, don't divorce me. I was wrong. I can change. Give me a second chance, okay?
Huh? Chad, what are you talking about? Why do you think I'm divorcing you? What's going on?
Well, I just got home and you're not here, so I'm wondering if you left me or something.
Ugh, I'm so sick of this. Chad, I told you I'm going to my high school reunion today.
Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, you did say something like that. I must have forgot about it. Sorry for alarming you.
But wait a minute. The fact that you thought I'd walked out on you must mean that you think you've done something bad enough to cause me to want to divorce you, right? That's why when you came home and I wasn't there, you panicked and messaged me like that. So, what did you do? Can you think of anything you've done that might have bothered me recently? And I advise you to answer carefully, by the way.
Well, I can't exactly say nothing comes to mind.
Yeah, that figures. I've talked to you 1,000,000 times about it, right? Regarding your mother.
I know, but I've apologized about it, haven't I?
You think that's gonna fix everything? You think everything is gonna be okay as long as you say sorry? How many times do we have to go over the same thing again and again? When will you get it, Chad? I guess it's true what they say. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You guys are exactly alike in what you say and how you think.
I'm guessing you don't mean that as a compliment, do you?
Of course not. I'm completely sick of you both.
Oh, come on, you don't have to put it like that. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. It's not like we're trying to take advantage of you or anything. Mom is always saying how grateful to you she is, and how bad she feels about dining out and going shopping using your money.
Is that so? Well, if she really feels that way, then maybe she should show it with her actions and not just her words. It's easy enough for you to say sorry and thank you, but it doesn't mean anything if she doesn't take action. If your mom really felt bad about what she was doing, then why has she kept doing it for years and years, huh?
Oh, please, years and years? It hasn't been that long, has it? I think you're blowing all of this out of proportion, sweetie. It's not that much of a big deal. You're just working yourself up over nothing. No one else has a problem with this situation.
Well, no kidding. You two are the ones who are enjoying the sweet life at my expense, so of course you guys wouldn't be the ones who have a problem, would you? And of course I'm worked up. Anyone in this situation would be. Why can't you understand? Which reminds me, ever since the day of our wedding, you've been spending a small fortune on my mother-in-law.
It's not that much. You're exaggerating, love. Stop blowing things out of proportion.
It is a fortune. You just don't care because it's not your money. Every time your mom calls you up and tells you to come out with her, you just run straight to the door with your tail wagging. I wouldn't mind so much if you paid for things using your own money, but you use my credit card to pay for everything. How am I supposed to save money like this? Do you think I work this hard just so you and your mother can go shopping together? And this has been continuing for 3 years, but no matter how many times I've talked to you guys about it, you never stop. You just say sorry and continue doing what you're doing because you don't care enough to change. You would rather be able to take your mother out shopping than listen to your nagging wife, wouldn't you? Give me a break already, Chad.
Wow, 3 years? So it's been going on for 3 years already? Where did the time go? I didn't even think about it. Oops.
Yup, 3 years. And I've been trying to get you guys to stop going out and spending my money the entire time, right? But nothing's changed. Do you see why I'm frustrated now? I don't think you've listened to a single one of my requests the entire time that we've been married. And your mother's attitude hasn't changed either. Why? Aren't we family? Don't you guys care about me enough to listen to what I'm saying?
I'm really sorry about all of this, love. I didn't realize how mad you were about it.
It's not something to laugh about.
Yeah, I know it isn't. But I'm just saying, the fact that you haven't left me yet means that you can't actually be that mad about it, right?
Huh? Are you joking, Chad? Are you really trying to spin this situation positively just because I haven't left you yet? You really think I won't leave? Are you sure about that? There might well come a day where you come home to find I've packed my bags and left, just like what you thought I had today. And believe me, it's not like I haven't considered divorcing you either.
You have? You can't be serious. You wouldn't really divorce me, would you, Pippa?
Are you really willing to bet on that? I wouldn't take that gamble if I were you.
Okay, got it. Message received, okay? Please, don't leave me. I can change, I promise. And I'll say something to my mom, too. I'll tell her I can't take her out so much anymore. So please don't think about divorcing me anymore.
I don't know, Chad. How many times have you told me you could change? How many times have you promised to talk to your mother for me? And how many times have you betrayed those words? I don't think I can put up with it for very much longer.
I'm sorry, I really am. I don't know what else to say.
Forget it. Just forget it. I'm busy. I've got to get back to the party or people will wonder where I've got to.
Okay, I'll let you go. Sorry, Pippi.
When I first married Chad, I believed him when he told me things like, I'm sorry and I can change. But it's been 3 years since then and things are different now. At the time we were going out, I hadn't realized the extent to how much of a mama's boy he actually is. I just thought it was great to meet a man who honored and respected his mother. I thought he was an old-fashioned kind of a gentleman. So I ignored a lot of the warning signs and let a lot of weird behavior slide. Seeing that, maybe Chad and his mother realized they could take advantage of me. But whenever I bring up divorce, this is the response I get. He says sorry and promises to fix his behavior, but he never does. We've been over this 100 times by now. It's a shame. I mean, he'd be the perfect husband if he wasn't such a mommy's boy.
Hi, Pippi. How are you, love? Sorry to bother you while you're probably at work or something. Just a heads up, I'm at your and Chad's house at the moment doing some organizing. I've thrown out all your garbage and stuff too as a favor. Let Chad know as well, okay?
Wait, what? You're at our house right now.
You're welcome, by the way. The place is looking a lot tidier thanks to me.
And when you say you threw out all the garbage and stuff, what exactly does that mean? Who asked you to do that?
Oh, I just invited myself over, of course. And I didn't just take out the garbage. I also took some of the junk around the house to the rubbish tip.
Like what? I don't think we have any junk around the house. Please don't throw our stuff out without permission, Andrea.
Oh, don't worry about it. To tell you the truth, Chad came to me asking for advice the other day. He wanted to know if there was anything he could do to fix your recent bad mood. He seems to think you're upset at him. Would you believe that? My son's such a sweet, caring boy, isn't he? So I thought I'd do a little something to lighten your mood up.
Well, first of all, I'm not upset. And secondly, I don't need you to lighten my mood. I mean, I don't think there's anything you can do to help anyway.
Oh, really? Are you sure? Chad was in a real panic when he contacted me the other day. I was sure something must have happened. He was even talking about divorce, you know.
Was he now? I see.
So, you really are angry, aren't you? I knew it. Nothing gets past a mother, you know. You two fight a lot these days, huh?
I don't know if I agree with that, and it's not really your business anyway, is it?
I can't even imagine you getting into an argument. You're far too timid for that, aren't you? I mean, you're so kind of mature, aren't you? Or at least I thought you were. I didn't see you as the type of wife who nags at their husband. But I stand corrected, I suppose.
And whose fault do you think it is that things have gotten this way between Chad and I in the first place, huh?
What do you mean?
Nothing, forget it. Anyway, more importantly, what have you thrown out today? Why are you throwing our stuff out in an attempt to lighten my mood?
Oh my goodness, I seem to have upset you somehow. Oops, I guess I caught you in a bad mood today, huh? Someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. But back to the main topic. When I talked to Chad the other day, I gave him some advice. I told him that he should help out with the housework a little more if he wanted to appease you.
Okay, and then what?
Well, he was interested, of course, but he said he was too busy. So I snuck in to do the housework for him instead. Oh, whoops. I just realized I've completely exposed my secret. I was hoping you'd come home later and think Chad had done the housework, but I guess I've blown it now, haven't I? That's too bad. Oh, silly me.
Stop rambling. I've heard enough. Would you just get on with it already, damn it?
Wait, what?
You said you threw out some junk, right? That's what you said. So just tell me what you threw away already, for God's sake. I haven't got all day, you know. This is important, okay? Are you still there? Answer me right now, Andrea. Don't you dare ignore me.
Hey, Pippi. I just talked to my mom. It sounds like you were pretty rude to her, apparently. Did you say damn to my mom? What's going on? Did something bad happen?
Chad, where are you right now?
Don't answer my question with another question. Is it really true? Did you actually say that stuff? Why would you do this, Pippa? What has my mom ever done to you? How can you talk like that to your own mother-in-law? Her feelings are really hurt, you know? She even cried. I want you to apologize to her.
You've heard the story before, haven't you? About my coat? The brown designer coat I have at home? My parents bought that as a present for me when I graduated from university. It wasn't cheap, you know, and we were a poor family back then, but they saved their money for it and wanted to buy me something special.
Huh? What are you talking about? What does this story have to do with my mom?
Oh, and also the glass picture frame my sister gave us as a wedding present 3 years ago?
What about it? What is going on, Pippi? You're rambling, babe. Slow down and explain yourself calmly.
They were both thrown away by that mother of yours. The coat is torn to shreds and lying in the garbage. And the glass picture frame has been shattered into pieces. Do you understand why I'm upset now?
Huh? Why? This is crazy. What happened? This doesn't make any sense.
I got a message from your mom this afternoon while I was at work. She said that she'd snuck over to our house to do some tidying up and that she'd thrown out all the junk in the house.
Yeah, I heard about that. So what? She's just trying to be nice. Listen, I talked to my mom the other day about the conversation we had after I came home the other day, when you talked about divorcing me. I asked her for some advice, and she told me that you'd probably really appreciate it if I helped you out around the house. It looks like she did that for me, though. What's the problem?
Well, I heard that's what happened too. So, can you explain what's going on? Can you explain why my coat is torn to shreds in the garbage and why our glass picture frame is shattered in a million pieces right now?
Well, I just asked my mom about it, and she said that the coat was looking pretty old and worn out, so she thought you didn't want it anymore. So she threw it in the garbage. As for the picture frame, the glass was cracked and she thought we might cut ourselves in it, so she got rid of it.
Is that right? In that case, was it really necessary for her to throw out the photo itself? The one from her wedding day?
Huh? What do you mean?
And as for the coat, it was hanging up in my closet, wasn't it? So what I'm asking you is, why did your mom decide to let herself into our house without permission, go through my closet, and just throw my stuff out while I wasn't home? I mean, who does that? Is she crazy?
Pippi, just calm down. I don't see what you're so angry about. She was just trying to be helpful. She didn't mean anything by it.
And by the way, the picture frame was not broken, I guarantee it. I saw it just this morning before I left, and it didn't have so much as a scratch on it.
What does that mean?
It means the picture frame was never broken in the first place, Chad. Trust me, every morning after I wake up, I clean around the entrance, including all the picture frames. So if it was broken or cracked, then I would have noticed something this morning. But it was totally fine, I'm telling you.
So, wait, are you telling me that my mom was lying or something? But why would she do something like that? Think about it. It doesn't make any sense for mom to lie about the picture frame being broken if it wasn't. I'm sure she must be telling the truth. You were probably just tired or in a hurry this morning. Are you sure you didn't break it yourself while you were cleaning it today?
Why are you so desperate to defend her, Chad? Look, since it's come to this, just let me be perfectly clear about how I feel. Your mother is always going out of her way to do nasty things to people, especially to me. She makes trouble for everyone and then says, "Oh, sorry about that," and moves on like nothing happened. But she never changes her behavior. You know that about her, right? And yet you've been letting her get away with it for all these years.
Huh? What kind of nasty things is she doing? Are you talking about me paying for her when we go out?
Christ, Chad, are you still half asleep? It's not just the money thing I'm upset about. I'm talking about her doing stuff like throwing away other people's possessions without their permission. This isn't even the first time she's done this, you know.
Huh? It's not?
Do you remember that time I spent months making pickles, and when we thought they'd be ready and we went to get them out the pantry, they weren't there? Then you found out your mom had already thrown the jars out without asking. And all she said when I confronted her was, "Oh, sorry, I thought they were rotten." And she's thrown out tons of my bags and clothes before too as well. When I asked her about it before, she just said, they looked all old and they were stained, even though they were all brand new. To top it all off, when she wants to lash out at me and insult me, she's sly enough that she only ever does it over the phone, so that there's no message left as evidence. Clever of her, isn't it? I thought that you were faintly aware of her behavior, but I guess not, huh?
Wait a minute, Pippi. This is my elderly mother we're talking about there. She would never do any of these things. She's a sweet old lady. Why would you say all this stuff about her?
So that's how it is, huh? Even after hearing all this, you're still on her side? You don't believe your own wife? I'm disappointed, Chad. But on the other hand, my resolve is stronger than ever.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about my resolve to divorce you, of course.
Huh? You're not serious. You can't divorce me. Don't say that.
What other choice do I have here? You two are never going to change. This stuff is going to continue on and on forever at this rate. I can see that now. But I just can't put up with it anymore. I'm done.
Please, Pippi, don't talk to me about divorce anymore. Don't think poorly of my mom, okay? She hasn't done anything wrong. Mom was so shocked by what you said to her, she came crying to me about all of this, you know? Seriously. I swear, she's not the bad guy here. This is my mom we're talking about. She wouldn't hurt a fly.
So that's your answer, is it? You're siding with her in the end and not me. I should have known.
No, really, it's not like that. I just need a little more time, okay? Can you do that for me? I need to think about things for myself. This is all a lot to process, you know? Don't get me wrong, you're my precious wife, and I love you very much. But this is my mother we're talking about, you know? She raised me. I can't just pick between the two of you like that. If possible, I want to talk to both of you about the situation before I come to any conclusions, okay? And besides, I know my mom can be kind of an airhead sometimes. She really might just be trying to help out going about it the wrong way, right? I think it's very possible that you're just misunderstanding her. Have an open mind. Try to see things from her perspective.
Is that all you can say? You're just gonna let nature take its course at this point? I see.
Please don't say anything more than that. My head is spinning here. I can't cope. Can we give this conversation a break so I can get my thoughts straight? I'll stay at my mom's house tonight. I think maybe we need a bit of time apart to think, you know?
I've done my thinking for 3 long years. You can do whatever you want. Run away to your mother like you always do. I don't care anymore.
Listen, I'll talk to my mom about everything, okay? We'll figure things out together and then we'll have an answer for you. For now, let's just cool our heads before going any further with this.
Fine. Talk to you later then.
I'll message you later when things have calmed down. Bye, Pippi.
I couldn't wait any longer. My resolve had hardened and my mind was made up. The next day, Chad came home and acted like nothing had happened. That was the last straw. I decided to start with domestic separation at first and then divorce him at a later date. For a while, I considered going back to my home state to stay with my sister and her husband, but I decided in the end that I wouldn't want to burden them and began preparations to get my own apartment. These days, Chad and I are technically separated, but we're still living in the same house. So even though I'm working full-time, I have to do all the cooking, cleaning, and laundry for myself too. Chad is in the same situation. As a result, things got pretty awkward around the house, and eventually my husband decided to go and live with his parents. However, my crazy mother-in-law, never being one to let an opportunity pass her by to take advantage of the situation, and did something unthinkable.
Hi, dearie. It's been a while, huh? Listen, I just made a group chat for you, me, and Chad, so make sure to join.
No, thank you.
Huh? But what are we supposed to do if you don't join? If you don't join, then that'll just make things more difficult for everyone. Don't you agree? I wanted to ask you about the holiday, you see.
What holiday?
Oh, didn't you hear? Chad and I have been planning to go on a family vacation together. It's all we've been talking about recently. I'm surprised he didn't tell you himself. Look, I know things between you and Chad have been a little tense lately. But that's all the more reason to get away from things and cool one's head, isn't it?
I don't know about that.
So anyway, we're leaving at the beginning of next month, so it would be really great if you could take care of the house while we're away.
Wait, what?
I thought if anything happened that we should be aware, and you could report it to us by using the group chat. Nice idea, isn't it? Chad thought it was a good plan, too. I don't know if you've noticed, but it seems like Chad has a lot on his mind recently. So I suggested that we take a little vacation together to get his mind off things and release his stress. And he thought it was a really great idea. Of course, I'm sure my son will be back like a new man when he gets back, you'll see. Hello? Pippi, are you still there? Oh.
Pippi, what's up? Where did you go? Mom sent an invite to you to join our group chat, but you haven't accepted it yet, right?
What do you want?
Huh? I just told you, the group chat? Are you going to join or what? You got some messages from Mom about the family vacation as well, right? Did you see the messages?
Yeah, I saw them. It's a family vacation you guys are going on, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So you did get Mom's messages. Anyway, what do you think?
Why don't you go? I mean, your mom went out of her way to contact me to let me know about your family vacation. She seemed really happy about it too.
Oh, she did, huh?
And you thought it was a great idea, didn't you? So then you said, let's make it family members only, am I right?
Well, yeah. What's the problem? It is a family vacation after all. I thought that maybe we could patch things up while we're away. Don't you think that would be nice?
Oh, is that right? Well, your mother's telling me to stay home and take care of the house while you guys are away. What do you think of that?
Huh? Wait, what did you say?
Well. When I checked my messages just now, I can see the chat has been deleted. Trying to destroy the evidence, perhaps?
Wait, what's going on? Was I lied to? Huh? This doesn't make any sense. Mom told me that I should patch things up with you before things get any worse. And my mom would never lie about that. Let's stop fighting, okay? I want to get along with you again. I know that you want that too, don't you? So let's make up, okay? Please?
I don't care what happens to my husband or my ex-mother-in-law anymore. I'm completely done with both of them and I just want to move on with my life. But I can't let my mother-in-law just do as she pleases. I decided that from then on, I would ignore their messages and quietly continue my preparations to move house on my own.
Hey, so I'll be going on the vacation now, okay? Are you at home at the moment? You are, right? What would you like as a souvenir? Any requests? If you do have a request, you can send it to the group chat too. Whatever it is, I'll get it for you, so don't hesitate. By the way, I was talking to Mom the other day while we were packing, and she said that when she invited you to come on the family vacation, you refused her. So it seems like you two just have different versions of what's happening, huh? You're both saying completely different things. I knew it must have all been some kind of misunderstanding. Anyway, while I'm away, just take some time to think about things and cool your head off. Then, once we get back, you'll apologize to Mom, right? Right, Pippi?
Hello, dearie. Chad and I are on our way back home now. By the way, I've been wanting to ask you something. Chad said that after we get back, you're going to apologize to me. That's wonderful news. I'm really looking forward to making things up with you. It's a shame all of this has gotten so out of hand because of a few simple misunderstandings, isn't it? But, well, it'll all be sorted out soon, I suppose. Don't worry about it too much. Everything will be fine. Well, see you soon. Oh, and by the way, you're not going to get any souvenirs, obviously. My silly son tried to buy you some things while we were away, but I soon put a stop to it. I mean, you know, it's your own fault that you couldn't come on the trip after all, being so immature and silly. So you don't deserve to get a souvenir, do you now? It just makes sense. That's your punishment for being so selfish, isn't it?
Hey, Pippi. Long time no speak, huh? You'll come home soon, right? Please? I'm really sorry about everything. I was wrong, okay? I know that now. I'm begging you, please come back home to me. I miss you, babe.
Huh? Wait a minute. How come you're able to contact me right now?
I had to make a new account. No matter how many messages I sent you, you just ignored me on my main account, so I had no choice but to resort to this. Well, I guess you must have blocked me or something like that, huh?
I see.
Hey, listen, before you block me again, can you let me say my piece? I know that I was wrong about everything. You can blame it all on me. You talked to my dad about everything that happened, didn't you? I'm sure you've already heard all about what happened after my mom and I came back from our vacation.
Yeah, I know all about it. Your mom and dad divorced, right?
I mean, geez, Pippi, if you had screenshots of your conversation with my mom all along, then why didn't you just show them to me sooner? If you had shown me proof of what you were saying back then, I would have no choice but to believe you.
Is that so? Would you really have believed me, Chad? Even if I'd shown you evidence, are you sure you wouldn't have made up some kind of excuse for her?
Of course not. I wouldn't have, really.
I don't believe you. For 3 years of our marriage, you never once honestly listened to my side of the story. You just kept siding with your mother and running to defend her every single time. Always taking her side, making up excuses for her. It didn't seem to matter what I said. Even when I brought up divorce, you couldn't change your ways. So I lost all interest in trying to explain to you what was really going on.
No, it wasn't like that. You've got to believe me.
In the end, my father-in-law was the only one who ever listened to me. After you went back to live with your parents, he became concerned about me and wanted to know what was really going on. So he got in contact with me. That's when I told him about everything that had been happening, including the family vacation you two were planning. He was totally shocked, I think. He thought the whole thing was ridiculous. He told me that I should divorce you if you didn't get your act together. Well, I was already planning on divorcing you at that point, wasn't I? So I prepared everything quietly by myself and left the house while you guys were away on your trip.
But hang on. You actually waited for me, didn't you, Pippi?
Huh? What do you mean?
Dad divorced Mom and she went back to live in Brooklyn. That's when I finally realized everything. I heard it all from Dad, and he showed me the evidence. I can't believe that Mom was doing and saying such terrible things to you behind my back the whole time we were married. It makes me sick.
So you finally realized it, huh? Took you long enough, Chad. Anyway, can you explain what you meant when you said I waited for you? What are you talking about?
I mean, you did, didn't you? You waited for me. It's already been a year since the last time we met, but we're still not officially divorced, are we? That means you must have been waiting for me to see the error of my ways, right? You're giving me one final chance.
But I did divorce you, Chad.
You did? Huh? When? How?
You mean you really don't remember? You don't remember the divorce papers written by your mom?
Oh, those? She said they were a good luck charm for a happy marriage or something like that.
Yeah, those. So you do remember.
You submitted them?
Well, ever since we first got married, she'd been showing them in my face, saying stuff like, you know you can divorce Chad anytime, okay? She even, ever so helpfully, filled out the witness form for me. I mean, how could I not use it when it had all been so thoroughly prepared beforehand?
No way. Seriously?
In hindsight, I'm really glad I had those papers prepared in advance. Sure saved me a lot of time, didn't it?
I don't believe this. So, we really are divorced.
And as for alimony, don't worry. Your dad has very kindly already paid it for you. Which means that I no longer need to have anything to do with you anymore. Not at home, not in a court of law. We're done. It's such a relief, honestly.
Wait, please, just give me a second chance. This can't be happening.
Now I can disappear from your life without any reservations. Oh wait, I already have. Originally, I'd planned on talking to a lawyer about getting a divorce and alimony. However, my father-in-law, who taken into account my mother-in-law's use of my savings, took it upon himself to pay all of it back to me on her behalf. As I received a generous amount from him, I decided to forget about the alimony and just move on with my life. As for my idiot ex-husband and his mother, they were both kicked out of my father-in-law's house when they tried to visit him on vacation. Then they came home to where I was living with Chad, but I wasn't there anymore. When they tried to get in contact with me and couldn't, my mother-in-law snapped and went crazy. That's when my ex-husband became distrustful of her. After that, they went to my father-in-law and he told them what had happened. If Chad had just trusted me from the beginning, none of this would ever have happened. Nowadays, he lives with his mother. Apparently, they're just barely able to get by, and life is pretty tough for them. Not that I care. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more like it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.